I'm gonna back in this and then start posting on my YouTube the after for after before the end of the day for the market analysis. Okay. So for each of these plays, we're gonna look at the strategies it's giving us. So for Netflix, it has a narrow monthly. This is the monthly CPR, and when you look at the trend of the CPR, is bearish. So this one was if we go all the way. So here we were kind of consolidating. Then finally, this one was lower than this. So in September we were bearish, and then in October it's lower than September. So it means the bearish trend is continuing. Now, if you're using the CPR in the monthly, the levels are very only you have support 1, support 2, support 3, and then you have R1, R2, R. So when you are seeing such gaps on the monthly, it means at some point, like here, we had a virgin CPR. It means when the month started, we were below. We didn't even go to 410 below the CPR. This is when Netflix hit 394. Then it came down to support 1 and slightly broke it. So I told you guys, even if a stock breaks by week, if you're seeing the week is breaking below a key level, it means the next time it's going down, it's going to break that level. So we had like a double bottom here, and then we got the pullback last week. We didn't even go to 394. We didn't retest this level. We created a lower high at 390. And this level was rejected a couple of times. This is the 4-hour chart. If you see, we rejected that level, the entire pre-market from Monday and Tuesday. And then finally, we went down to break this level. So this is what I mean. You want to look for signs of weakness by a stock breaking that support level. Then it means the next time after the pullback, the next time is coming down, you already know it's going to break this 366. And that's what happened in 366 and went down to 351. So now we want to watch because this is a monthly CPR. So this is the entire month. So you cannot expect these levels to be hit in one day. It's possible, especially for earnings stock. But if by today is Monday, so it's reporting Wednesday after market close. If we've not gone this support to 329, it means there's a chance it will want to go back and go back to this 369 level. Okay. Now, Netflix is in the list of stock I'm expecting bearish continuation after a pullback. So we are either going to get a pullback, then bearish continuation, or it will continue down and then pull back. Now, because it's going into earnings, depending on which level we hit before by Wednesday, it will tell us whether we can anticipate a pullback for earnings or a bearish continuation. Okay, so we're using the CPR levels. If we are not pulling back to 369 and going to retest this previous high, 394, then it means we're going to get a bearish continuation, go to 329. Now, the previous I think 2 ERs, we were coming from 315. So that's the level to watch if we are still going down. Not this earnings, the previous one before this. I think 2 ERs before this one. That was in May. So this level. So I'm gonna just turn off the CPR so that you guys can see. So when this earnings, we had a rejection week. This was the earnings in April. it rejected. So we were bullish, and then we had a rejection week to 292, and then we had a long period of consolidation. I think it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So when I tell you guys multiple of 3, so you count if it's consolidating 6 days, 9 days, there is a possibility after the 9 days you're gonna get a pullback, and that's what happened. It created a higher low at 315. So this is the same level we're gonna watch for if we keep going down. So if we break our CPR level, if we break this the monthly CPR, the 329, I know this is the recent one, the 329, then it means we'll be watching for 315 and then 292. Okay? So those are the levels we're watching for into earnings or post ER if we are bearish. Now, if we are bullish, then it means we have to go back above 400. If Netflix still stays below 400, it's still weak. Okay, so if we don't even go back to 394 on the pullback, then it means we're gonna have a bearish continuation post ER. So the next 3 days are important to see what is gonna happen to Netflix. So if we get a pullback either by Wednesday, if we've not gotten a pullback, then it means I'm gonna be watching for puts or earnings if we don't get a pullback before Wednesday. If we continue down into Wednesday, then I'm looking into calls for the pullback into earnings. Okay? In the past 3 months, I don't know if they've done anything remarkable. They've had issues with the strike or with the actors in Hollywood and all these things that have some dramas have been going on. So I don't know if they've done anything remarkable in the past 3 months to make their earnings any different from what it was last time. But for me, I usually go up by the chart first, and then we'll find out what kind of guidance they're going to give, because guidance is what tells us how the market is going to react after they've reported earnings. Are they going to tell us they have new plans of creating income, of revenue or income or whatever? The guidance is what usually drives the stock to run up or down post earnings. Okay? So that's for Netflix. Those are the levels we're watching for. Of course, when Netflix is above 400, we go back to our same levels, the key levels we've been watching when we were bullish and when we were coming down. So above 400, we have 411, 27, 435, 444, 453, and up and up. But as long as we are bearish, we can go all the way to 292. The previous earnings, 2 earnings ago, the support of 2 ERs ago. Okay, so that's for Netflix. So the reason it's on the 5K play is because if we get a pullback, any level that it goes back to, it's going to give us at least 30 points, 30 plus points, whether it's going up or going down. So if it's going up, if we're going back to retest this level, and we are right now at 351 or 355, that's about 40 points. And then if we're continuing down to take us to 329 and 315, it's over 40 points. So whichever direction Netflix is going to give us before earnings and after is nothing less than 40 points. Okay? So if a stock is giving us 40 points, that should be a 5K play just by itself. Okay. So the next one is Tesla. I know I talked about this yesterday, but I'm just want to emphasize on it. I don't want to spend so much time here today. After we've done with the key classes I want to do on Sunday, I'm gonna be taking a break on Monday. I will not be doing pre-market on Monday, but I'll have to finish the Sunday classes before I'm comfortable to say, okay, so Monday, what we discuss on Sunday is what is going to be in play Monday. Just one day. But still, we still have some, the classes we're going to do, the one-on-one is going to take me closer to bringing some people who are behind up to from the one-on-one session we are all going to have. But until the end of October, we still have some topics I know we still have to cover that until then, we'll still do the pre-market on Monday, but after we are done, we'll only be focusing on Sunday to discuss the key plays mostly, and probably do just a topic for 30 minutes. And then the rest of the time, we're just discussing plays. So when you get to that level is when I'll be taking the Monday break. Now for Tesla, I'm expecting a 1 to 3 bullish pullback. A bullish pullback. I know you guys, when you hear bullish, you assume it's a bullish trend. No, it means it is supposed to create 3 consecutive lower lows or 2 consecutive lower lows and an inside day. Okay, so far we have 2. So this was the day. This is a spinning top, or I don't know. So we had indecision on this day. And guys, this gap I talk about for Tesla, for Netflix, all these big stocks with big ATR, when I talk about the gaps it feels going up and coming down, please don't forget them, because it is the same thing. If you look on the 1-hour chart, we feel that's that gap. What is that Tesla gap I talk about all the time? Anybody knows the gap I talk about? Please, Nyagot, you're the one.
347 to
Tesla. I'm talking about Tesla. Tesla is not
247 to 275.
What you say? It is, the gap is usually 265 to 247 before we get to 2. So it comes from 275. That's what it has to break below 265. Then it will fill that gap. And if you guys see, that's what has happened. We came from, so the minute, so this is what you want to look at. When we were bearish, we were coming down. The day it breaks below, so on this day, the day it breaks below 265, we broke it on this day. When we hit 268, we went to 262. Then we pulled back to 268 again. We had a double top, and then we broke again 262. So if you're having a kind of a consolidation, 3 days, 1, 2, 3, on the 3rd day, just get puts, because it has broken that level 3 times. So we broke it here, we pulled back, broke it. So this was a 3-day, multiple of 3 days consolidation. Okay, then finally we got the move down, and we filled it, always fills that gap, 265 to 247. And that's what it has hit pretty. Okay, so if we get, for you to get a 1, 2, 3 pullback, so don't expect it when the market opens, you're getting puts. No. How the daily chart works, for that strategy to work, you have to go up, create a lower high, and then come down. That's how the chart, when it's a bearish chart candle, it has to open high and then close low. So you're not getting puts immediately, the market opens. No, we have to get a pullback and go to a level, any level below this candle, or even if we go all the way to this candle, the goal is to still break this 247 that we've created pre-market. So what you expect, and Tesla is in the 5K play, is since it's been coming down, of course, when the market opens, calls will be cheap. So that move going up, it's not a day trade. It's not going to be, I'm buying time. No, it is just for the day to open the candle high, and then that candle is expected to break this support and create a new support. Okay, so you're not getting put, you have to wait for that pullback to happen, create a lower high, then you're getting put. The reason I told you guys why I do this pre-market is because sometimes we usually expect moves during four different timings. 30 minutes market open, sometimes immediately market open, but it's usually 30 minutes after market open. And then we have the mid-morning. So mid-morning is my time from 9, that is 11. 11 is Central Time. No, 11 Eastern Time. Okay? And then we have lunch hour, which usually falls around my time, 4:30. That is what? It's 2:30, 2 to 2:30 EST. So I'm 2 hours behind. So I have to do the adding because I know the times offered my time. So from 2 to 2:30, we get another lunch hour session. And then 1 hour to market close. From 3 EST to that closing time, we usually get another move. So most cases that if we get that move when the market opens, even if I've promised to do a live and the move happens that time where I can't do it because I have to take care of my kid, then it means that's the time you need to be trading. If the move is happening in the morning, that's what happened on Friday. The move happened 30 minutes after market open. Most of the time, I'm usually chasing because I'm not seated by the time that move is happening. And that's why I decided to be doing pre-market every day so that if I'm not able to catch that move when the market opens, you guys can be able to catch it. Okay, so if that move happens, especially if on a Friday, if the move happens in the morning, it's very rare catch another move mid-morning or lunch or power hour because the market Friday, we don't have the same kind of volume compared to the rest of the week. So on a Friday, if the move happens in the morning, then if you didn't catch it, then that's what happened on Friday. The rest of the day, the market was still just trending down or consolidating. We didn't get any other action until market close. So it's very important you understand for those people who are at work, time those times. You don't need to be watching your screen all the time if you're not able to scalp or day trade. Watch for those times. 30 minutes or usually sometimes when the market opens, people are taking profits. Okay, so if those people who had swings, let's say somebody who had a Tesla swing put, and then it's still going down when the market opens, they'll be taking profit. So that's why I say 30 minutes after market open, because the first 30 minutes is usually people taking profit. Okay, so if that move happens 30 minutes after market open, we'll have probably it going into mid-morning. And then we'll have some consolidation before lunch hour. Either a move happens lunch hour or power hour. So for those people who are at work and you're not able to sit and trade, time those. I've set alerts for myself because sometimes I may be busy doing something and then I just need to sit down and look at the charts a few minutes before that time hits. Okay. So for Tesla, we're expecting it will either open going up and then go down to break the previous support that it created on Friday or this pre-market to go even lower. Now, if you're getting any rejection after that move, meaning it creates a higher low, then it means that day is going to be an inside day. That's how an inside day happens. It has to create for an inside day to happen. If I can see inside day here. Now, you see this inside day here. This was the low. So what happens? It will open, create a higher low, okay? And then go up. But still, it will not go to the previous candle high. That's how the inside day is created. So you create a higher low and a lower high. So if that's what is supposed to happen here, we'll create a higher low and a lower high. Okay, so Tesla is usually a good ER play, especially post-ER. It can be a good swing and a good post-ER. So depending on what happens these 3 days, we know from what I demonstrated yesterday for the stocks that are supposed to create 1, 2, 3 bearish pullback. After they did the 1, 2, 3, we got the pullback. So this is what I'm expecting. After we create the lower lows, we're gonna go up. But if it breaks the previous support, so we have to look at this 234. Okay, so from 247 to 234, that's just 7 points. So if we are breaking this previous support, then it means for earnings, I'm looking at Tesla going bearish. But if we reject this level, if we are going to create the third lower low, then it means it will be going up for earnings. I know it's a lot. That's the analysis I usually have to do when I'm looking at earnings. But when I have a strategy for a stock, it makes it easier to anticipate the move. Okay, so that's for Tesla. So Tesla, we know above 265, we have 275, and then we have 287, and then the 300 that we rejected here. Yes, so if we keep going up, I've given the levels going up, and I've given the levels going down. If we break 234, then it means this is the next support to watch, the 212. So Tesla is good post ER. You can see here, after earnings, we dropped for weeks. This is a daily chart. So it took all these days from July 19th all the way to August 18th. So a whole month. So when you identify the trend, you can go long. So for Tesla, it trends for days. So this took a whole month until 212. So these were 87 points. It dropped 87 points post ER. Now, if you come then the previous one, we went down. So we were bearish. We came from 7. It went to 152. I know it broke this support, but it was still a higher low compared to where it was coming from in January when it rejected 100. So this was still a higher low. So what happened after this? So still we had it going down and it was coming from 183. It dropped 30 points. And then after that, it went up since April all the way before we got this pullback to June. So it took a whole month going up. So this is what I mean by Tesla is a good post-ER. It takes a whole month trending up or down, depending on what move it confirms after reporting earnings. So this is not something you're gonna be buying weekly expiry. You can do the lotos, yes, but when you identify the trend, you buy time. That's for Tesla. Then SMCI is the same thing. Now, if you're seeing a semiconductor with this pattern, the 1, 2, 3 bullish, it means even the other semiconductors, you're watching for that. And it means if other semiconductors are going down, it means we are also trading what? What are we trading?
QQQ.
Okay. So this is the only one that has formed that pattern. But if you look at NVIDIA, okay, so this already only has one. So if we are having every other semiconductor creating the same pattern, then it means we'll be bullish, bearish today, and then another bearish tomorrow. Or if we have any rejection, we'll create an inside bar. Okay. Now for QQQ, I'm just trying to compare the daily chart, how it looks like between the other semiconductors. It's the same thing. So we have one lower low. So the only reason why SMSIs are confirmed is because it has two. Sometimes you have a stock that doesn't have even one, and then you get the move from the start. But this one already has two lower lows. Okay. We had indecision here, and then Friday we had the drop. Okay. So we want to watch on the lower time frame if we're gonna get a pullback when the market opens, and then if it does not go any level below this, there's no question about it. If it goes even to 317, that's a lower high. Any level, if we get a pullback here, any level below 317, we're getting puts. And if it's a shallow pullback, let's say when the market opens in less than 30 minutes, we're not even going back to this 297 or 300. Just get puts and we're going to be bearish the whole day. We clear? Are we clear?
Yes.
Okay. So if we are not getting, if we're getting that shallow move, the reason why the daily candle, as I've explained, it has to be up, then down, up, then down. That's how the red candle is. The green candle, you open low, you go up. The red one, you open up, you go down. Okay, so yes, I'm expecting a certain move up. That does not mean you guys buy calls and you fall in love. You start falling in love with calls. You're saying I'm holding, and then you're like, I turned, and then when I looked back, my calls were red. No, the move we are looking for is the bearish move. So sometimes I even don't even look at the pullback because it can be a quick move, but I wait for the rejection, the previous high, so the 300 or the 317, and then you want to get the longer move, not the shorter move, the longer move. So we're getting a lower high, we're getting puts for bearish continuation. Now, if you see on the 4-hour chart, we want to see the previous support. This was the previous support before we started going up, the 265. So if it's at 285, that's a $20, 20-point move. And then the next support is 228. This gap was filled. If you're seeing a stock going up, filling this gap from 228 to 298, 292, then it means coming down, it can fill the same gap going down. And you see, we've broken this level. So it means it can fill the same gap. But right now, we're watching for the nearest support, which is the 265. Okay. So after we are done with that strategy, it means we're expecting a move up. So this is a possible, it's a play you'll be trading, not just for one day. It's when it's done with that 1, 2, 3, then it means you're trading calls for the move up. So it means at some point during this week, we'll be trading calls. Are we together? At some point during this week, we'll be trading calls. So like ADB, it had after it created 3 higher highs, at some point you're supposed to prepare for puts, and that's what happened Thursday, Friday. So this one is the opposite. At some point, after we're done with puts, we'll be looking at calls. So that's Tesla, Netflix, SMCI. I added SE because it's been upgraded because it's approaching 50. And you remember, guys, we've been talking about this since when it hit this post-ER, when I was saying they're going to make this a penny stock. So it hit 34. So all you needed to do was do the 50%. I know, Tosh, you were trading this. I don't know if you had a long contract. So you needed to do the 50%. So this was 33 divided by 2. You're getting like 16 points. So if you add 16 here, you're getting 50. So you would have gotten calls after it creates a higher low, the confirmation, and then you would have held, because from that level, when it hit 34, it went up to 40, pulled back 35, created a higher low, 45. So we're still not hitting our 50%, pull back 40, higher low. Then now on Friday, it went to 47. So probably today it will go up because it can't go to that 50. I mean, it's just 3 points away. Now, when it breaks that 50, then we are looking at retesting this previous lower high level before earnings here. So 56, and then this level here, 67. So the thing is to go back to where we came from. We came from 67, and we're probably going back to 67. I know it's a small ATR, but if we're getting any pullback and then we get continuation, this is the level to watch for. Okay. The other one is Baidu and Baba. They've been bearish. We discussed this yesterday. So the move I'm watching for is when it pulls back. So this Baidu is headed down. It has gone back to this level. Okay, the same thing, stocks go back to where they came from. So this was earnings last August. Hit 123, then pulled back 151. It was supposed to go to 153 and then retest this. So this was a lower high. When you're getting a lower high, you're going to break the previous support, and that's what it has done. It has gone back to this level. So we either it's either gonna go to 115, because that's the level, I think, yeah, from pre-ER in May. This is the level when it breaks 123, you're watching for 115. And then if it breaks 115, 103. That's the daily fib levels. If it goes going back, it has, I told you guys, whatever support Baidu is coming from, it's supposed to head back to 138, whatever support. So if it creates a higher low, if it rejects 115, you're getting a call to 138, because it always go back to that level. This is why we're bearish, because it was supposed to go to 138. Instead, it hit 136, created a lower high. So anytime these levels, very clear, wherever support it was coming from, it was supposed to go on to 138. Because it didn't hit 138, it pulled back, created a double bottom, went up to the same 136. So this was a double bottom and this was a double top. Okay, so now it has gone back and it has broken this level. So the previous earnings, the level was 123. If we are breaking this level, then we're going to 115. After 115, 103. Okay? But whatever pullback is coming from, especially after it makes the first move, and then when it pulls back, it creates a higher low. You're getting calls, you're holding to 138, always. For Baba, 93, whatever support is coming from, is supposed to go to 93. So after 93, we have 97. So here, it broke this previous support here, and now it's headed to break this previous support. So we want to see if it's going to go back to 77. That was the post-year level, this one in May, 77. So if it breaks it, we can head to 65. But these Chinese, I don't know if they're going to let this stock go all the way down. But it's very possible. If we are going back up, if it rejects going lower, whatever support it's coming from, it always has to go back to 93. Okay? After 93, we have 97. After 97, we have 1. So here we rejected 103. That's why we came down. So Baba, Baidu, and Dana. Dana, I've been telling you guys the level it was when I started trading it pre-COVID, when COVID started gaining momentum. Dana was $85. And you guys can see it's headed there. So we rejected it here. Don't know if Nubi is here, remembers when it was getting put, and I was like, you're getting put on, it's supposed to pull back. Okay. So it pulled back, and this was clearly, no, it was here. So it was supposed to go to 121. That's the key level. But it didn't go to 121. It created a lower high at 118. We had a continuation here, another lower high, then continuation, it broke this. It's supposed to break this level, and it did. So it hit 94, so it means it broke this level. So whatever support is coming from Moderna, it's usually supposed to go all the way back to 105, 118. Okay. So whatever support is coming from, it's supposed to always go back to 105, then 121, sorry, 121. But because it rejected 121, we had a bearish continuation. So we broke this level. Anytime you're having a bearish continuation, you always know you're going to break this level. So for Moderna, we're watching for, it's kind of been consolidating. If you look, this is the daily chart. So if you put a line here, until it finally broke this level, it was kind of consolidating at the bottom and consolidating on this level, 105 level. Okay. So we either gonna go all the way to that 85 I've been talking about for months, and then this 66, or we have to go back, we get a pullback when you're looking at a lower time frame. Okay, so here we were consolidating on 4 hours. We're consolidating for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. On the 9th day, we dropped. So these are the things you look at. The stock is consolidating and nothing is happening after 3 days. Nothing is happening on the 6th day. You want to catch it on the 9th day because something has to happen. And this is what happened. It came from 105, dropped all the way to 92. Okay. So this 85 level, this level I keep talking about, that's the level to watch if we keep continuing down, or you're watching for a pullback. If it pulls back and we break the previous lower high level, if we break above 1.5, yeah, this, if we break above, this is how you know a change of character. If we break above this lower high level, then it means we're going back up. But if we keep going down, we're watching for that 85, and we break 85, we have this 66. Okay. So it has taken 2 years to go back to where it came from pre-COVID. And everybody now, when people were denying COVID, and then when they started talking about vaccine, is when Moderna and BNTX and the rest started going up. Okay. Now GS is also reporting. I don't know if I talked about this yesterday. GS, the levels are so clear. I don't think it has any strategy for me. Whenever a stock is consolidating, you don't get a strategy out of it. I told you this strategy will usually work when a stock is trending down or trending up. But this one has been consolidating for days. So this is day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's been consolidating for like 6 days. This is the daily chart. So either we're gonna break below 300 because we came close, 303, 303 or something. Now remember the 297, that's the key level, 297. Or we're going back up. Wherever support is coming from, what is the key level for GS? Anybody know? Wherever support is coming from, what is the key level? Where is Don? And Don is the one who trades GS. So 323, whatever support is coming from, it has to break above 323. So anytime we're like here, we came from 303. When we did not go to 323, it is as long as it's below 323 is still weak. We can still go down to that 297, then 288 here, and the daily is 80. Okay, so as long as we're not going to 323, we are going to be bearish, we'll go to this level. But since it's been bearish, if we do 50% from 303, so this is 61 minus 3, that is 58. Sorry, 358. So that's 58 points. 58 divided by 2, it is what? 20. Is 29. So let's say 29. So if we are getting, so it's reporting earnings on Tuesday, pre-market. If it still holds this level, we add 29 to 303, that's 332. So 332 takes us to our key level, 335. I don't know if that's going to be enough. That's how many points? So we're going to watch this today, and it's reporting tomorrow. I don't like Tuesday earnings. It's not enough time to know what is going to happen. But GS also is also good post year. Like here we went up. Remember this one, we traded this going up. We're supposed to go to 362, created a lower high because even if it's rejecting by cents, it's a lower high. And since then we've been bearish. So let's watch it today. If we don't get a pullback, we look at those contracts and see if we can gamble on GS. But the reason I like pre-market earnings is because there's no enough time for manipulation. When a stock is reporting earnings in the morning pre-market, there's no time for manipulation compared to when it's reporting after hours. After hours, you have the whole after hours, and then you have the whole pre-market. So usually don't worry so much about stocks reporting reporting pre-market, because there's no time. It's about an hour after the report, and then the market opens and we can get the move from there. But I'll look at the contracts and see. If the contracts, the IV is too high or the contracts are too expensive, I'll just wait for post-ER. Usually it's good. Like here, it went up. And then here, it went up. This earnings, it came down. So GS is a good post-ER play. I mean, if you don't gamble on the swing, it's still a good post-ER play. Now, Amazon, I know I fell out with this stuff after it did a split. But it can be a good play. It has an indecision kind of here. We had a pullback. It was also under that list of 1, 2, 3 pullback. Created 3 consecutive higher highs. And then here. So we want to watch, is it going to go back to this level? The key level for Amazon is 138. So if it goes back and and does not hit 138, you're getting puts. Now, this is a play I've posted. I know there's not another one I'm forgetting. I was supposed to post two. They are supposed to give you a play the whole week. Whatever move it makes, up or down, if it rejects this support, 123, then it's going to go bullish and it's going to break this level. But if it breaks this level, then it means it's going to go down. We're going to watch for these levels. We haven't been there since the last ER. So 102, 101. Okay. So if it's bullish, it will go all the way to break this level. It's bearish, it's going to break this level and it's going to go all the way down to 101, most probably. So this is not a stock you won't only look at it today and forget about it. It's a play for the whole week. Watch it the whole week. No, there's another one I'm forgetting. Remember, but that's all I need. I want to talk. Okay, so QQQ. We rejected the 374, of course. If the semiconductors are pulling the same, creating three lower lows, probably, and we changed trend. When was day 6? On Thursday, yeah. On Thursday is when we hit day 6. So we might get some bullish pullback here. Now, still, if we don't go to break 374, we still gonna be bearish. So this might be our day one. The trend, when there's change of trend, and that on day 6 it's a bearish trend, then it means that whole week the most prominent trend will be a bearish trend. If we are having a zigzag day on day 6, the same thing. It makes the week is gonna be weak. The week is gonna be weak. We're gonna be having a bearish possibility. Now, if we have a bullish day 6, then it means we have a possibility to be bullish. That change of trend affects what is going to happen the rest of the week. So that's why it was important. When I told you guys, we've changed trend, we've become bearish, then that's what happened. We got the first move down. This is day 2. Usually we get a bullish move. But if it's a weak pullback, then it means we'll be watching for bearish continuation. And the key level to watch is the 357 and the 351. Okay, 351 is the previous support. Okay. For SPY, so SPY was supposed to go to 438. We hit 438. So we hit 438 here. So the next key level is usually 444. Because we didn't go even to 440, we came down. Now we're getting a bullish move. Today SPY, the day was different. We might have a pullback today. If we don't go to that 438 or even hit 440, then we'll be getting it's for bearish. We're gonna have a bearish continuation Tuesday into Wednesday. Okay, so for SPY, because we broke 330, the next level going down is going back to this, the 418 that we teased it here. We teased the 418 here. So it means that's the level we'll be watching for going down. Go back to 418. And then I know below 418 we have 408 is the next key level. Okay. So still this week now, SPY and QQQ are the same now. The trend to watch this week is either to create an M or a W. Okay, when QQQ failed to break 374, it didn't hold the momentum play. So it's now back to either it's gonna, whatever move we get, a bullish move, it will be counteracted with a bearish move. So we're getting a double top or a double bottom. And that's it. Any question? Anyone with a question? Today, you guys are so quiet.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So I was looking at Netflix just because that's what you started off with. And then I started looking at the IV is like 60. When would you, how far up the money would you look to get a contract? When they start coming in?
Now, you guys, I always tell you guys, I can't go, not unless now you're looking at you want to swing, to do a lot of swing or to get a swing for the ER. And if the IV for the weekly is expensive, I can buy the next week expiry. But if the IV is down, any IV below 100 is not bad. You said the IV is what?
It's like 60 for this week.
That's so. Let's look at the same IV by Wednesday, because this IV can change as you near the ERD. Now, this is the thing. We know Netflix has been bearish, so we are anticipating either we get a pullback or a continuation. So we know if we're getting a move overnight, it can do that pullback move overnight. And then when the market opens, it does what? Continues with the bearish trend. So usually I cannot say go long to this period until after earnings.
Okay. Fair enough.
There's no way I can predict and tell you. Now I can anticipate the moves because we've been bearish. We can either pull back and then have a bearish continuation, or we can have a total, Netflix going back up to where it came from. Okay. So until after it reports, I cannot tell you now by 1 month out, just until after that night. Because that night, Wednesday, is what will determine which trend we're getting after. Are we together? For any analyst, there's no way. You can buy time if you want to swing, but swinging is a gamble. Swinging can go either way. This stock is bearish, we can get a pullback or a bearish continuation. So if you're swinging, it's a gamble. But the reason I love post-year is because you can determine the trend after the earnings.
So theoretically, you wouldn't even bother with Netflix till after Wednesday.
That's not what I've said.
No, I'm just, okay.
I've said because the earnings is on Wednesday, we have from today until Wednesday to see if it's gonna be continuing down or if it's gonna pull back. So even before Wednesday, we can still make money with Netflix. So when the level it hits by Wednesday before market close, we can anticipate what it's gonna do from that. If it's
Okay.
giving me a good level, if it has gone, we've pulled back, it's now at 350 something. If it pulls back and
55.
doesn't go back to 394 or even go to 400, then I can say I'm gonna swing a lot of put. But
Okay.
until this Monday, you guys know Netflix can make a move Monday between now and Wednesday. So whatever move it makes from when the market opens is what is gonna determine what is I can anticipate for Wednesday earnings. So I haven't made a decision if I'm gonna swing or not until it happens, the price action between these 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
that's why I
Thank you.
say it can still give you a pullback move or a bearish continuation move before earnings. Okay. I don't have any strategy for Netflix. It hasn't given me any strategy. So it's just to watch how it's gonna do today, Tuesday, and Wednesday. And today is, hold on.
Today is day 4. Day 3.
Really frustrates me when they're below certain levels. You can't even. Today is day 6, so I'll count and let you guys know. Let you guys know. Okay. But that's what I'm looking for. That's why I say I don't like stocks reporting on Tuesday, because you don't have enough time to see what it does. At least Wednesday and Thursday ERs are good. At least you've seen what move they're making. So Tesla, Netflix, LRCX, they're really gonna be good because you can play pre-ER and then post-ER. SML is reporting Tuesday, GS is reporting Tuesday, tomorrow pre-market. LMT is reporting tomorrow pre-market. So all these are good plays post ER. So I'm not worried. They are good plays post ER. So even if you miss out on the swing, and please don't gamble money you can't afford to lose. So even if they are not, well, you don't have to swing or you don't have money to swing, they are still good plays post ER. LMT, GS, Netflix, Tesla, ASML, LRCX, there are just too many plays this week. So there's no other option this week. We must make the money. Okay?
Thank you.
All right. I said I'll be starting early, so I'm done by 7. So if there are no any other question, I'm gonna sign out.
Thank you, Virginia.
Thanks. Have a good day.
All right, you too. I need to look. I know there was another stock, the same pattern with Amazon. I need to look it up and then post it. They can be very good place the whole of this week.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Let's make this money.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah.